There's two pillars to the debate today at Davos. The first is in the context of this market environment, high credit spreads, plateauing profits. We think corporate governance is going to be more important for investors this year. And the Credit Suisse Research Institute has just published a report on this this week. But companies themselves are also changing, and the way in which they're changing is that technology is now the backbone of many companies, and it's a positive in so many different ways. But technology, by virtue of being connected, is also porous and has many threats. And what we spend a good deal of time exploring at the debate at Davos is how senior management effectively can interrogate all the threats from technology, what kind of decision-making rules they use, what kind of processes they use within the company, and where future trends are going in terms of new industries and cooperation between companies and governments.
Technology is an enormous new opportunity and also a challenge for boards. The opportunity is in that lots of the new technological developments allow us to understand what is going on in our companies and in the world much better. So data have never been as important as they are today, and they're starting to play an increasingly important roles in fields where traditionally we've been trusting our intuition, for example, in human resource management. So I'm actually very excited about the potential of data analytics to inform our human research management. So that's on the positive side, and that's very good news for boards. At the same time, of course, the threats that come with new technology, with cyber, have increased tremendously. And boards will need to become more technologically literate. We typically have used this term with financial literacy, but technological literacy will become increasingly important, and that might mean a technology committee, or if not a technology committee, certainly technology experts on the board.
As we move forward, obviously we don't want to hamper the innovation around technology and cyberspace. We need to be able to support that. But I believe people of the world are going to expect their governments to deliver safe cyberspace like they expect them to deliver safe streets, safe roads to travel on. And it's in there that I imagine we will see more exercising of governance by the world's governments and those kinds of controls. I can see them stepping up in the future. Cybercrime and cyberspace struggles to respect national boundaries, and so what we find is a lot of the attacks, they emanate from different parts of the world. That can make it exceptionally difficult to police and exceptionally difficult to hold attackers and criminals to account. And so we really urgently need more progress on how we as an international community actually address cybercrime. So when we look to the future, and that is something that I'm lucky enough to have to do in my day job, we can foresee so many possible realities, and of course we can't know which one we realise, but there's a number of things that are almost certain to come to pass. One of them, for example, is that all of us humans, we're going to become the cyborg from science fiction years ago, because we're all going to have kit inside us, tech in our bloodstream, either monitoring some kind of chronic condition or helping you just stay well and fit and in charge of your life and getting the most out of your life. But that poses a problem, because of course that means we're another entry point, we're another attack surface, we're another way into the organisations that we work for and collaborate with. And so it's incredibly challenging as you try and see the future, because this notion of boundaries and building walls and access points and showing your passports or delivering firewalls, all of that's so quickly out of date because it's so dynamic and it will evolve all the time, just because of the way human beings move around and the relationships we form and all the organisations we physically engage with and engage with online. And so it will be an incredibly fascinating journey that we have to go on, because as humans we've been intuitively building the boundaries, and we're going to have to tip it on its head, and we're going to be resilient from the inside, and that's what cybersecurity will look like in 50 years' time.
And my sense today was that we left on an optimistic note. that we're not there yet, but there's lots of things that management and boards and governments, I mean really everyone in that sense, can do to make what I might now want to call cyber sustainable.